Okay, I think we're live now. We're getting there. We welcome. We are talking today about never say this to your kids. All right, we're definitely here. Hello. Hello, I'm Hunter Clark Fields, Mindful Mama Mentor. I'm host of the Mindful Mama podcast, creator of the Mindful Parenting course, and author of the book Raising Good Humans, a mindful guide to breaking the cycle of reactive parenting and raising kind, confident kids. And if you don't know me, I help smart, thoughtful parents create strong, connected relationships with their children. So if you are here and you're live, go ahead and say hello in the chat. Say hello down here in the chat and tell me where you're from and how many kiddos you have. Okay. All right, cool. So today we're talking, our title today is Never Say This to Your Kids, and I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much for joining me today. So we're going to start just by stopping, and we do this every time. So I invite you to inhale, roll your shoulders up by your ears, exhale them back and down, and take a moment, maybe put a hand on your heart, like close, or first let's just like close the other tabs on your computer. I gotta close some tabs too, my goodness. Close the other tabs on your computer, start to be really present, and putting a hand to your heart can help you kind of just feel your heartbeat, touch into, feel into yourself in this moment. So, and if it supports you, please close your eyes, soften your, close your eyes, and let's just take a breath in and a long, slow exhale. And together, let's take a big breath into your belly. Breathe into your chest. Breathe all the way up. And a long, slow exhale, just feeling the release move down your body, exhaling all the way out. And one more time, breathe into your belly, your chest, all the way up. And then slow down that exhale, just slow, slow, slow. And just keeping your eyes softened or closed, just breathe for a moment. Feel into your body. Feel the pulsing in your hands, your breath coming in and out. Feel this aliveness of this moment right here, right now. And there's nothing to do, nothing to achieve, just rest, just for the next 3 breaths. And may this session be an offering of the heart from me to you and you to me, and from all of us to our families, our communities, and the world. Because as we create more peace in ourselves, we create more peace for everyone. All right. Woot. Woot. We did it. All right. So I introduced myself already. And I'm going to talk to you today about what most parenting coaches are wrong about, why this certain piece of advice doesn't work, what to do instead, and the results that you're going to get from this essential step. Hi, I see some people here. Hi, welcome members. Awesome. I see some Mindful Parenting members. Awesome. So happy to have you guys here. And if you're on the replay, say hello in the chat too. All right. So never say this to your kids. Never say this to your kids. And this is like what most parenting coaches teach. Just say this. They say, just say this. And then you're going to get and then everything will be fine, right? If you can just if I tell you exactly what to say, you're going to be fine and everything's going to be cool. But I have a real problem with the just say this advice, because any parent coach who tells you exactly what to say isn't exactly going to help you create deep, lifelong relationships with your children, because this is an inside out transformation, okay? We can't just say this because we're individual and our children are individuals. And so we have to go a little deeper than that. We have to go deeper than just say this. We have to start to really transform ourselves from the inside out. And the reason why I get so frustrated with the just say this advice is because, and you can tell me in the chat if you get frustrated sometimes with in the same way, but I'll explain why. So when I was really, really struggling with my daughter, I would hear this advice like, just stay in the room and just respond this way. Just say this, just do this. And I would get so frustrated by this because I couldn't implement it. I couldn't say these things when my stress response was triggered. When I was stressed, when I was frustrated, that's when I couldn't say anything at all. It was really, really very frustrating. And this is the problem with all of the great parenting advice out there that says just say this. Because the thing is, that's when we're really in a difficult moment. We're in our stress response, right? And if we think of like when we're losing it is basically those fast automatic reactions to a perceived threat, which can be triggered through our stressful interactions with our child. And these reactions are caused by your body's limbic system. And this is the kind of seat of the oh crap response in the body, or the alarm bells in the body are the amygdala. These two like almond-shaped clusters like in the brain, in the base of your brainstem. And they control your basic emotions and biological drives. And the amygdala, sometimes some people call them like the reptilian brain, but they're basically the seat of your stress response. And what's happening when the amygdala alarm bells are going and that stress response is triggered is that these fast reactions are literally bypassing the upper parts of the brain. So the upper parts of the brain, right behind your forehead here, this is where your prefrontal cortex is. This is where your higher order thinking is, your problem solving ability, your empathy, your verbal ability, all this great stuff that you want to be able to access when you need to parent. And when the stress response is happening, you're literally bypassing that part of the brain. So literally. And that is pretty much why a lot of parenting advice doesn't take hold, and why I got so frustrated when I was struggling as a young parent. And because, parenting experts, they don't tell us how to take care of that stress response. So when the going gets tough and that biological reaction kicks in, we can't access the just say this. We can't access whatever new tip or trick we've learned. And so despite this like well-meaning good advice that there's great parenting blogs and books have to offer, it basically all can fly out the window when the stress response kicks in. And so we're left kind of feeling frustrated. And we might even decide that we're bad parents. I did. Put a 1 in the chat if you've been there with me, if you have heard like, this is a great way to respond, you should do this, and then you're in a moment and you're frustrated and you can't implement it, and you're just left feeling frustrated and you feel like you're a bad parent, or you're telling yourself that I'm a terrible parent. Put a 1 in the chat if you felt the way I have in that way. Oh, I'm seeing some 1s and exclamation points. Yes, a whole bunch of 1s. So, I want you to just hear me now. Yes, I want you to just hear me now with this. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just your biological stress response, and there are tools to shift it. So it's nothing wrong with you. It's your biological stress response, and there are tools to shift it. All right? So that's why that advice doesn't work. How about we get into what to do instead? Yes. Oh yeah, I'm seeing. Um, so that's why in mindful parenting we have this mindful parenting method, and we call it CLEAR, which I think is so cool. I love that acronym. And so in mindful parenting, we start out. It's a 5-step method. We call it CLEAR, and the first step always, always, always is that C in CLEAR is to calm your reactivity, right? To calm your reactivity. And we have 3 different kind of ways that we're doing that in mindful parenting. We're doing with habits and practices that steady the heart, the mind, and the nervous system. We do it by understanding your triggers and self-compassion and dealing with difficult feelings, right? So what we understand is that the very first thing we do, like for weeks, the first things we do are work on taking care of our stress response, because otherwise all this good language and communication skills you use, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It's an inside out transformation. So the mindful parenting method, we calm reactivity, and then we listen reflectively, L. E, you express yourself honestly and effectively. D, A, we attend, be present, and R, solve problems based on needs. And that all adds up to CLEAR, right? And the result of this is that this is like a real inside out transformation. It's an inside out transformation. So I'm not saying it's easy to implement habits that steady the heart, the mind, and the nervous system, to understand our triggers, and to practice self-compassion, caring for difficult feelings. That calm step in CLEAR, that is brave but life-affirming work. But it takes some bravery. It takes some chutzpah to be able to do it, right? But the results that we get from doing this work are that we get an inside-out transformation. We get an inside-out transformation, and it's like there's a saying: the easy road leads to the hard life, and the hard road leads to the easy life. And this challenging road actually leads to communication becoming easier, because we're calming our reactivity from the inside out. Does this make sense? So it leads to communication becoming easier because we can then access the whole brain. That's what we do in mindful parenting. So a year from now, you can, say you're practicing this, and a year from now you may feel calmer, you feel more grounded. You're able to pause in difficult moments, and you know exactly how to respond to cultivate cooperation from your child. So, what we talked about is this. It's like, I feel a little guilty, you guys, because I did a little trick you. Never say this to your kids, because I hate those headlines. They drive me crazy, because there's, it's an inside out thing, right? It's an inside out thing. And we talked about what most parenting coaches are wrong about. We can't just say this. We can't just say, respond this way, just say this thing. That's pretty much BS, because we have a biological stress response, right? It doesn't take hold. That information doesn't take hold and when our stress response is triggered. So first we have to take a step back, and we have to do that inside out work of transforming ourselves from the inside out. And that's what to do instead. That's what to do instead. And we talk about the mindful parenting method: CLEAR, calm reactivity, listen reflectively, express yourself honestly and effectively, attend, be present, and solve problems based on needs. And so that's what we do there. And that's basically where I'm wrapping this up here. So I just want to plant this seed that it's not your fault that you're frustrated with the never say this or just say this advice, because it kind of leaves us in this place of like, oh, if we're not taking care of our stress response, if we're not calming our reactivity with habits that steady the heart, the mind, and the nervous system, then our nervous system kind of can hijack that rest of the brain, and that's not your fault, but we can change it, right? We can start to shift and change that. Okay, I want to see what your takeaways are. Put them in the chat or head over to the Mindful Mama Tribe Facebook group. It's totally free to join. I'm going to post this thread there for us to take up some more discussion later. You can share any questions or ahas you may have and any steps that you're going to take. On Thursday, we're going to wrap up this Fresh Start series with our final session, and we are going to be I'll be doing live number 4, how to let go of perfect and how to be authentic and more authentic and effective. And it's because it's not about being perfect. So if you've struggled with that, then you're not alone. And make sure you are there Thursday at this time, same place, and I will see you there. Thank you so much.